jumping around. Oh. Okay, sun's up, but no fishing this morning. I'm on my way to the next destination. I've just left there and about an hour and a half ago, and just dropping the car off, but I've got a really long bus ride, so I doubt I'll be able to fish today. Perhaps at the end of the day, you never know. The first part of the trip has been really good. Fishing was really tough. A lot of people fishing there for the snook, but they're not easy. I didn't see any come out, so I was really lucky to get onto a couple, especially the really big one, which was a really special fish and personal best for me on the snook. So that's what I came for, to get a big snook. So yeah, thank God for that. And let's see how the second part goes. The second part of the trip's going to be fishing from the rocks completely. And here I was fishing from sort of you know, like an estuary, river mouths, that kind of thing, and a little bit off the rocks. So I'm going to be concentrating off the rocks this time, you know, hopefully get into things, some like jacks and roosters and snappers or whatever's about. So I finally made it. So it was a car ride to take the client back, then it was a taxi, long bus ride, and then another bus ride, little boat over, and that's just a little bit over 10 hours. It's the first morning of this little part to the trip. I've only got a few days here. I'm on an island and I'm going out to another island, going to be dropped off. Yeah, so I've only got a few days here, unfortunately. I wish I had more. The island that I'm fishing, I fished just a couple of sessions about 4 or 5 years ago, and I did really well getting into some snapper and some rooster fish. Just in a couple of sessions, so I really enjoyed it, and I always thought I'd get back if I had the chance. So anyway, I'm back here now, just gonna have some breakfast. I've got all my fishing gear, everything's ready to go. I hung up all my clothes last night, as I was told there's quite a lot of scorpions around, and I haven't seen any, but I have over here. I've had a few scorpions before, like in my stuff and that, and so you've got to be careful because it could ruin your day. So yeah, I'm excited to get out there and fish again. I know what fishing is like. Not easy fishing here, but it's definitely a lot of fun, and yeah, hopefully I'll get onto some fish. Okay, perfect, gracias, what? Right, I'm here. Looks a brilliant island, I have to say. I'm going to give it a go. Okay, so I've put on this 30 gram little tweak. Just probably got a chance to pick up a few more size fish, smaller fish as well. Funny though, for me, wherever I've fished so far, more or less in the world, for me, I've just had the most luck with the mullet colour. There's mullet coloured fish everywhere. You go, there's always mullet. Fish love to eat mullet, but probably it's also because I use it a lot more. I use that colour the most. Okay, I'm on with a decent jack. That's a nice fight always with the jack. Not a huge one, but just want to shake it loose. Hopefully he'll stay on so I can get a good look at him. So it's not bad. Okay, it looks like an Atlantic jack, this one, or a big-eyed jack. Took the 30-gram mullet tweak bait there. So yeah, it's nice to hook a fish. It's not a monster, but still a nice fight always, the jacks. So yeah, so at least there's fish around. They were sort of touring around the island, I guess. So I'm going to get this one back in now. I don't know how that happened. I think it was with the jack, but I put a raptor hook on and it bent out there. I thought they were a lot stronger than that. I mean, they're not massive hooks, but I just put them on these little ones thinking that they'd be stronger. So anyway, I swapped that one around and give it another go. So that's the little tweak bait, 30 gram there. There's a lot of fish over there being chased. It could just be a needlefish. Probably won't pick it up on the camera, but I'm just going to get over there anyway. There's a lot of life in the rock pools. I've seen a lot of little mullet, look like mullet or something like that, swimming up there. Loads of crabs, stuff jumping around, so it's always a good sign. Healthy, loads of little fish in there. Not sure exactly what they are. But they stay close to the islands, and so the bigger fish come in after them and so on. So it's good. I'm going to try some tweak baits as well, but just first thing in the morning I'm definitely going to be trying this, trying some top water with a fat minnow. It's not a huge one. It's 80 grams, it's a really nice size and of a decent bite size for a good fish, worth chasing. A few things jumping around. Oh, it's only just a needle fish, but at least it didn't break my line. He was chasing some of the bait fish there. You see him down there. So the needlefish has taken the fat minnow. Whoa, a big jump. They like to do their acrobatics. Not a bad one. Needlefish on a fat minnow. Definitely need the tweak pliers for that one. Come on, was on. Oh, I am on. It's Sarah, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. Brilliant. It's just what I needed. Oh, lovely. I got dinner. It's a Sierra, a kind of spotted mackerel, and he's absolutely lovely to eat, and I'm going to be eating this one because I haven't got any dinner tonight otherwise. So yes, that's a good surprise. In the middle of the day, took the enticer minnow 90 gram. I was actually, you know, targeting rooster fish if possible, but anything else that really takes the lure, of course. So yeah, that's a nice catch. Just had a jack on with the tweak bait, but that one came off. It wasn't a big one. Another needlefish jumping about. Another needlefish. Be careful of those teeth there. Lucky you didn't get my leader. If you can check those out, they are razor sharp. These are quite stinky as well. I'm going to get this one back quick, but yeah, he's bigger than the first one, and it came on the next cast on the medium sink tweak mullet straight after the Jack Crevalle. So yeah, let's get him back in anyway. Okay, so should be the end of the session now. The guy's supposed to come back and pick me up about half an hour ago, but I don't mind. I'm happy fishing a bit longer, but glad I didn't pay him anyway. Yeah, until he's picked me up, otherwise I would be worried. Much as I'm enjoying this island, I don't fancy spending the night on it. No food or run out of water nearly. So I just put on this little 30-gram tweak bait to finish off. Okay, little one on the tweak bait there. I'm not sure if it's a hawkfish or a little grouper or something like that. Anyway, I'm off soon because the boat's coming to pick me up. They're a bit late, which is no problem. So I was just going to talk a little bit about the setup I was using over here. I mainly had 2 rods and 2 reels that I used most of the time. That was a Shimano Saragosa 6000 and also an 8000, and they were matched with the Samson Longcast 12-foot rods. So yeah, so the setups worked really well. I really enjoyed fishing with the reels. They're really smooth, very nice when you had a fish on, a really smooth drag. Really good, especially on the week of the snook. There was definitely no issues. I really enjoyed using them. Possibly with the rooster fish, I found that they probably could have retrieved a bit quicker. I'm not sure. I'm going to look into the retrieval speed a bit more, because I remember last time I was fishing for roosters, I was using a big Stella, which I had from the tuna fishing time, and they really retrieve fast, so they were ideal, but they were just a little bit big for this kind of fishing, to be honest. But all in all, those were really good reels, and yeah, very pleased with those. So the rods, yep, they worked really well. I was really pleased with how the rods performed. I mean, apart from the obvious casting distance you get with the 12-foot rod like this, I really found it very effective, or very helpful around the rocks, I should say. There was a couple of occasions when I had good jacks on that really nearly got me on the rocks, and just having the extra length made a big difference and almost certainly stopped me getting broken on the rocks, basically. So it gave me the reach on one occasion to literally reach out and stop that fish going around a rock, and the line was just centimeters away. Another occasion in front of a rock I had in front of me in the first part of the trip, and I needed every bit of reach I could get. So it's really handy when you're up on the rocks on your own and you're fishing. It's really handy to be able to, you know, basically reach out. If you're even if you're working the lure around the rocks, you've got better reach, or you know, maneuvering a fish in close. Also, for working the lures, I found the rods were ideal. I like a medium to fast action, enough stiffness in the tip that you can really work those lures and get a good action out of them, get them to be as responsive as possible. And when you did get a hook up, it was nice to be able to lift the small fish out and control the bigger fish, and you know, land them up against the rocks. So all in all, yeah, I was really pleased with all the equipment. Yeah, these rods are rated casting between 30 to 100 grams, but I was at times casting 130 grams. I mainly cast the second week for the roosters around about 90 to 100 grams, but not for the weight, more for the size of the lure, really, because to get the right profile. Okay, second morning, beautiful morning. It looks like it's going to be not big waves. Bon dia. Ah. Ahí está la fruta. Whoa, gracias.
banana, papaya,
brilliant.
mango, naranja.
Okay, great. Gracias. Mucho gracias.
Puedes dejarla acá.
That's it. Wow. Get me 2 minutes. Gracias. I asked him to get me some fruit and he like literally a sack. Because on this island there's nothing to buy. So on this island obviously there isn't anything here. Must be. That's 30 kilos of 20-30 kilos of fruit that. On the way up got about 25 kilos of fruit here. Look at all that. Pineapples, mangoes, papaya. Gracias. Okay, great. Okay, so I've never seen it so small, the waves here, so it's kind of good and bad. Good in a lot of ways, safe, get to some really good spots, but I've never fished this place. That's a good thing. So I've never fished here before, although I've fished in this area, it's always been way too big, so it's amazing. Actually, I think the conditions are brilliant, really. Just cast into the current. Good snapper territory. There's a couple of really good snapper around here. I've just seen one look at the lure and one chasing it. So I just had a chase from a snapper and a hit. He missed the freaking hook, unfortunately. But I felt him hit it, and then another one straight after I seen while I was taking it out, just coming out to look. Okay, I'm on. That's only a little jack. It's going right in those rods. Up over those. That's what a little jack. Okay, just a little jack there. Little jack grunting away there on the enticer minnow. I'm just about to put on a new hook on one of my enticers here, so I want to have a spare one because they seem to be one of the best that I've got for the rooster fish, because you can just kind of speed them up if you need to, and they work well doing that, and just slow them up around the edges as well in the backwash. So it's a pretty versatile lure, so I want to have a spare one in case anything happens to the other one. So I just need to put some rings on, and I just thought I'd mention these are a new design in split ring pliers from Detroit Fishing. It's a completely different style. It's been patented, and I don't know if you can pick them up. That's the shape on the end. It's more of a disc, so you can open the rings to varying degrees. But you know, for the explanation, you best look on their website to have a better explanation. But they're really good. So these come in 3 sizes. I think this one will need the larger one. And so yeah, so these are really handy, because some of the split ring pliers can be really fiddly. So you just obviously open it up, and you can actually turn it to make it wider there. So it just makes it easier getting those rings on. As you know, it can be, you can just like turn it to an angle there and keep it open. Yeah, it's easily done, and then just bring it around. So yeah, so look out for those, and probably best go on the website, because Warren will give you a much better explanation than I can. But I'm enjoying using them. Makes it an easier job putting your rings on. Okay, so I've got another one ready to go if I need it.